Hello everyone and welcome to episode 20 of our Raspberry Pi series, and in today's episode we're going to be updating our Raspberry Pi. We're going to be looking at updating it to the latest versions of the operating system, to update Portainer, as well as Docker, to basically update our containers. We're going to be looking at how we can maybe update through the command line as well, using what's known as OMV upgrade. It's very important for security that you keep your Raspberry Pi up to date, as well as all the software packages that you use and whatever containers, images that you're using. The reason why it's so important for security is if there is a vulnerability in any of the applications or in the container image, they will be patched by the creator, by the person, the developer who's made that container or has made that software. Now, if you don't patch up these vulnerabilities, then obviously a hacker can then exploit that, and they can get access to your systems as well as into your into your container images and into them systems as well. So it's very, very important that we keep everything up to date. Now, this episode follows on from last week's episode where we installed Watchtower. Today we're going to look at the logs that were sent via SMTP, basically letting us know which containers need to be updated. So if you guys are ready, I'm looking forward to this one today. We're going to get straight on now, and we're going to look at how we can update and secure our Raspberry Pi. So the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to have a look at how to update Openmediavault from within the Openmediavault interface. So if you guys log into your dashboard and you come down to where it says Update Management and you click on that. Now you can see in here it has all different packages that need to be updated, and this is a great little way of doing it because you don't have to know how to do any commands or anything like that. They're all in here ready to run. So what I would suggest you do before you update anything is just to do a check to make sure that it grabs any of the latest packages, because obviously the last time that this is run there may be updates since then, so it's worth just checking before you run the update. So we're doing that first. This can take a little while to go through. Okay, so now that's finished, we're going to tick on the little box here that highlights all the packages, and as you can see they are all highlighted, and there's quite a substantial amount of packages that need to be updated. So what we're going to do after we have clicked the highlight all button, we're going to click on install. And then what it will do now is it's going to run through, it's going to grab all the latest packages, it's going to download them, and it's going to install them onto your Openmediavault. Now this can take some time to complete because it's obviously got a lot of packages there that it's installing. Okay, so that process is now finished. If you look at the time up here, you'll see it took quite a while to run through and complete. But once you finish here, you click on close, and then what we're going to do is we're going to reload this page now. And we're going to go down to update management again, and we're going to do another check. This will just make sure that nothing's left over or there's been no updates since you ran the check. Okay, so as you can see there is no more updates. And up here you see it says the notification bar here. It says the configuration has been changed. You must apply the changes in order for it to take effect. So you need to click the apply button now and then yes to make sure that that applies all the changes to the configuration files. So sometimes Openmediavault will throw up an error when it's saving the configuration files. Don't worry too much about that and just keep on doing what you're doing. It doesn't mean that there's actually anything inherently wrong. So the next thing to do now is to check that the Openmediavault updates haven't caused any problems with our systems, because sometimes when you install new packages, it can cause corruption in in dependencies and things like that. So we're just going to check that everything is working as it should be. So we're going to look at 192.168. So let's have a look. So we're looking at our radar application, and as you can see here, it seems to be running fine. So there's nothing wrong with that. You can go through and check all the containers that you have installed. As long as you just check a few of them randomly to make sure that everything's okay, then pretty much your system should be running exactly as it should be. I've personally never broken anything on doing an update. I've never had any problems. If you guys do have any problems, then what you could do is go back in, maybe restart your containers. So the next thing we're going to look at is how to update Docker and Portainer. So we're going to come into our local install here, and as you can see down on the bottom left hand side, it says a new version is available. So we currently have 2.01 installed on this server. Now if we look at our other Portainer installation, the version is 2.11. So we need to update it to that version. So how you do this is if you come into your Openmediavault installation, so this is for this server, which is 2.4. So we're going to come into our 2.4 server. We're going to come down to OMV extras, and we're going to go to Docker. So what we're going to do is, because we know there's an update to Portainer, we're going to come into where it says Portainer here, and we're going to click this little drop down box, and then we're going to click on remove, and then we're going to click close, and then from here again we're going to click install again. So you can see it's pulling the latest image of Portainer-CE, which is Community Edition. That's the one that we're using. So now if you click close, and then we click open Portainer again, and we log in. Now you can see we're now up to date. We're on 2.11, and all our containers are still there. You can see that we have 2 containers on this server, and they're both working fine. So just before we start updating our containers, we are just going to have a look at the command line and how we can update over that. So we're going to SSH into our Raspberry Pi, and we're going to log in with our password, and we're going to clear this out. So within the command line, because Raspberry Pi OS is built on Debian, you can use the apt package manager to update things. So you could run something like this, sudo apt update, and you could even do ampersand, which means to add another command after. So sudo apt upgrade. So you could type all that out, several commands. You can even do dist upgrade. You know, it's quite monotonous, and you know, you've got to write a lot of code there. You don't even need to write any of them commands. What Openmediavault supplies for you is one command, which is a wrapper command, which is omv upgrade. So if we come into our browser and have a look at what this command is, as you can see down here, it has omv upgrade. So it says you can use apt-get, right? So you can see that there, the commands that we put in before. So what this command, wrapper command, runs is it actually runs all of these for you. So this command will run an update, an upgrade. It will do a dist update for you as well, dist upgrade. And it will also clean up any of the old packages by auto removing them, and it will fix any missing dependencies that are not in there. So this command's great. So you just literally have to remember the one command, which is omv upgrade. So we're going to run that command now with the sudo, because we've got to have sudo permissions. So we're going to press enter now, and we're going to put in our password, and we're going to let that run through now. And as you can see, it hasn't found any new updates because we've done that through the interface. I just wanted to make you aware that if you are working with your Raspberry Pi remotely and you're using Openmediavault, that you can use the omv upgrade command. So we're now ready to start looking at updating our containers. So we're going to come back to our browser, and last week we installed Watchtower. Now we set up Watchtower to send through SMTP any updates to any images that are ready for our containers. So this will go out and look for them, and it sent us out an email to let us know which containers need to be updated. So as you can see here, this is a copy of the email that was sent, and you can see that we have quite a few updates to do. So what we'll do is we'll look at this qubit torrent image here, and so we're going to come back into our Portainer, going to go to dashboard, and we're going to go to our images. So we're going to go to our container, and then down here you can see it says qubit torrent, and it's on port 8282. So we're going to go 192.168.2.5, which is our Raspberry Pi, to port 8282, and then click enter, and then we're going to log in. Okay, so we're going to come to here where it says help, and we're going to go to about. Now it says that we're running 4.3.3. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go to our Hotio qubit torrent image. Okie doke, and we're going to have a look down here. And the latest version says 4.3.3, and I think it says here it's 4.3.5. So that is the latest release. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back into our server. So we're going to click on the tick box here, and we're going to click stop. Okay, now it's stopped. So we're going to go into qubit torrent. And then all we're going to do is click on recreate, and then we're going to tick to pull the latest image, and then we're going to click recreate. So it's recreated that image. Now we're going to click on this box here and we're going to click on Start. Now we're going to go back to our Qubit torrent. Now we're going to refresh the interface and we're going to log in. So now that that's finished, if you click on Help and then About, you'll see here that it's now updated to the latest version. So updating your Raspberry Pi installation will be very beneficial for your security and to make sure that you have all the latest software and the features of that software as well as the security patches. And updating your software is something that you should do on a regular basis. So we've come to the end of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got some benefit out of it. If you did, if you can hit that like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, you'll be notified of any new uploads. In the description box below, we have links to all the compatible parts in our Raspberry Pi series. These are products that we've outsourced that we know work well with the Raspberry Pi, and they work in conjunction with every single episode that we have shown. If you guys use any of them links, they are Amazon affiliate links, and we get a little bit of commission back for that sale. It's at no extra cost to you, and we thank all of you who have been using our links. We really do appreciate it. So all that's left for me to say today is thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.